Hi all. In the previous lecture, we learned about what the different types of products are, but in this lecture, we will be focusing on what a new product is and how it is developed. A company has to continually update its existing product to the changing marketing needs, or develop a new and innovative product in the market to ensure its leadership in the market. But before we learn about how these new products can be developed, let's take a look at what constitutes a new product. A new product can be a product that opens an entirely new market, a product that adopts or replaces an existing product, a product that significantly broadens the market for an existing product, an old product introduced in a new product, an old product packaged in a different way, or an old product marketed in a different way. Now let us take a look at some of the examples of new products. In case of new products to the world, high definition TV, iPod and flat screen TV. New product development is a task taken by the company to introduce new products in the market. Regularly, there will arise a need in the business for new product development. Your existing products may be technologically outdated. You have different segments to target, or you want to cannibalize an existing product. In such cases, new product development is the answer for the company. There are 7 stages of new product development, and they are as follows. First stage is idea generation. In this, you are basically involved in the systematic search for new product ideas. A company has to generate many ideas in order to find one that is worth pursuing. The major sources of new product ideas include internal sources, customers, competitors, distributors, and suppliers. Almost 55% of all new product ideas come from internal source, according to one study. Companies like 3M and Toyota have put in special incentive programs for their employees to come up with workable ideas. Almost 28% of new product ideas come from watching and listening to customers. Customers even create new products on their own, and companies can benefit by finding these products and putting them on the market, like Pillsbury gets promising new products from its annual bake-off. One of Pillsbury's 4 cake mix lines and several variations of another come directly from bake-off winners' recipes. Second stage is idea screening. The purpose of idea generation is to create a large pool of ideas. The purpose of this stage is to pare these down to those that are genuinely worth pursuing. For example, if a company had produced 50 ideas for new products, but in the stage, they have identified that out of them, 40 are not workable due to lack of resources, an alternative market, or unfavorable situations, then it will cut down the total ideas to 10. Companies have different methods for doing this, from product review committees to formal market research. It is helpful at this stage to have a checklist that can be used to rate each idea based on the factors required for successfully launching the products in the marketplace and their relative importance. Against these, management can assess how well the idea fits with the company's marketing skills, experience, and other capabilities. Finally, the management can obtain an overall rating of the company's ability to launch the product successfully. The third step in new product development is concept development and testing. An attractive idea has to be developed into a product concept. as opposed to a product idea that is an idea for a product that the company can see itself marketing to customers. A product's concept is a detailed version of the idea stated in meaningful consumer terms. This is different again from a product image, which is the consumer's perception of an actual or potential product. Once the concepts are developed, these need to be tested with consumers either symbolically or physically. For some concept tests, a word or a picture may be sufficient. However, a physical presentation will increase the reliability of the concept test. After being exposed to the concept, consumers are asked to respond to it by answering a set of questions designed to help the company decide which concept has the strongest appeal. The company can then project these findings to the full market to estimate sales volume. Marketing strategy development is the next step in new product development. The strategy statement consists of 3 parts. The first part describes the target market, the planned product positioning, and the sales, market share, and profit goals for the first few years. The second part outlines the product's planned price, distribution, and marketing budget for the first year. The third part of the marketing strategy statement describes the planned long-run sales, profit goals, and the marketing mix strategy. Business analysis. Once the management has decided on the market strategy, it can evaluate the attractiveness of the business proposal. Business analysis involves the review of projected sales, costs, and profits to find out whether they satisfy a company's objectives. If they do, the product can move to the product development stage. Product development. Here, R&D or engineering develops the product concept into a physical product. This step calls for a large investment. It will show whether the product idea can be developed into a full-fledged workable product. First, R&D will develop prototypes that will satisfy and excite customers and that can be produced quickly and at a budgeted cost. When the prototypes are ready, they must be tested. Functional tests are then conducted under laboratory and field conditions to ascertain whether the product performs safely and effectively. Test marketing. If the product passes the functional tests, the next step is test marketing, the stage at which the product and the market program are introduced to a more realistic marketing setting. Test marketing gives the marketeer an opportunity to tweak the marketing mix before going into the expense of a product launch. The amount of test marketing varies with the type of product. Costs of test marketing can be enormous, and it can also allow competitors to launch a me-too product or even sabotage the testing so that the marketer gets skewed results. Hence, at times, management may decide to do away with this stage and proceed straight to the next one. Commercialization. The final step in new product development is commercialization. Introducing the product to the market, it will face high costs for manufacturing, advertising, and promotion. The company will have to decide on the timing of the launch, seasonality, and the location, whether regional, national, or international. This depends a lot on the ability of the company to bear risk and the reach of its distribution network. Today, in order to increase speed to market, many companies are dropping this sequential approach to development and are adopting the faster, more flexible, simultaneous development approach. Under this approach, many companies' departments work closely together, overlapping the steps in the product development, process to save time and increase effectiveness. Thank you.